My
first
grandma
going to
got
my
me into wrestling.
Me too. Hey, come on, Aaron, I'm in the building.
Bro,
Yeah.
she used to literally tape the pay-per-views for me on VHS because for some reason she always had it in her like the satellite subscription, and then mail those videos from Arkansas to me, and I would get them maybe like Wednesday afternoon.
That's incredible.
Everybody already been talking about it at school, and I'm like, I can't fucking watch it. We can't afford this shit. And so she would send me the fucking videos, bro, and that's how I watched all my pay-per-views back in the day.
Wow,
Crazy,
Grandma
right?
coming through.
Grandma Nene.
That's awesome.
What up?
And you guys have the
awesome.
grandma connection as your entrance into pro wrestling. That's awesome.
That's pretty fucking cool. The videos. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We are together in unison, in harmony, smoking of the sacred ganja plant and talking of the sacred sport entertainment that is
on this
professional wrestling.
high holy day.
That's right. It's a high holy day on the 420 Wrestling Hour. We're back with some high-minded pro wrestling conversation, talking about the week that was in pro wrestling, because that's the format that gets us 16 listeners.
Hey, 16
right.
powerful.
We're fucking around. We're trying to do new things. It's not working.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working. Not even the illustrious Kevin Crazy could bring us the clout that we sought. But anyway.
Oh, Kevin Crazy did work.
No, he
Bumped
did.
us up.
No, let's not get it twisted.
We actually had more people listen to our content this week than any other week.
It's true.
We gave him a 2-piece and a biscuit.
That's true.
That's one underneath a Jorge Masvidal.
Exactly right.
And you know what? Fuck it. Those episodes were good. So if you're listening, thank you for listening. If you didn't listen, you missed out because Kevin Crazy came with that hot fire.
He did.
And our fucking talk about AEW versus WWE was really fucking riveting. I love listening back.
We had a great weed association game. It was great. Yeah, I don't want to get it twisted. Kevin Crazy.
Oh yeah, that association game, JB Bad. That shit was dope, bro.
Weed association. That's what I want to call it.
Weed association.
I like it.
We got to keep doing it. Anyway, this is a staple of the show, the rambling intro. If you're a first time listener of the show, you happened upon us because you like to smoke weed and watch wrestling. Welcome. I am. Who am I going by nowadays? I am Over Easy Kyle Kush, aka the Kush Eater.
Mm-hmm.
And today, let's get right into what I'm smoking before we introduce the co-hosts. We've got the ice cream cake from Cresco.
Ooh.
This weed is the purpliest. I mean, it's not even going to do it justice if I put it in the camera. It's like I can't even explain how purple this weed is. It's amazing. I only bought it for the color. The effect is great too, but it's just beautiful bud. And that's ice cream cake. Anyway, who are you guys, and what the hell are you smoking tonight?
It's your man belts on belts on belts out here putting in work with that amnesia haze. Got me forgetting who I am. No, I had to buy a bunch of it because, once again, I buy in bulk.
Hey,
but,
I get it.
So high, he forgot he was smoking it last week.
I get it so well. This is Arium, the illustrious Arium, a.k.a. the Canarium, a.k.a. Stone Cold Stoner. And I'm coming to you smoking what I was smoking last week. Some Green Line Shake, OG Kush. If anyone out there is wondering if Shake does the job and it's cheaper and yes.
Yep.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, it works.
It fucking works. Just buy it.
It works.
You'll love it.
It's value, and it gets you high still.
It's so good.
Short answer, yes.
Speaking of AKAs, I didn't want to claim this one. I thought maybe JB Bad, since he was spitting bars, Murphy Lee bars last week. Here's an AKA that you can have. You can have it, or maybe it's the worst thing ever. In which case, I'll leave the show right now. You guys can just finish the episode. But here's the AKA. How about the doctor of Nuganomics? What do you think?
All right.
The doctor of Nuganomics.
I think if I liked John Cena, I would love it.
You didn't like the Doctor of Thugonomics?
No.
You didn't like the doc?
No, man.
You never got down with word life?
No, bro. You gonna tell him this is like
basic.
Why is he rapping? Why is John Cena rapping, bro?
This is what got John Cena over. Do you not know the evolution of John Cena?
I've since read about it and heard about it. But I was not around at that time.
If not for the Doctor of Thugonomics, we would not have John Cena today.
There you go.
That's real, brother. Like, come on.
That's one of my all-time favorite theme songs.
Remember, this is also we talked about this when we watched WrestleMania.
Yes, what a beat.
We talked about this when we watched WrestleMania.
Because he came back as the Thugonomics.
Yeah, no,
huge pop from me.
The one last year with the Fiend.
Oh yes, because of the Funhouse match.
I didn't get that match as much as you guys did because I just don't know or don't care as much about John Cena. So,
but you can have that AKA if you want. It's out there floating. Doctor of Nugonomics.
I might pick that up next week. We might see how it goes.
We'll see. It's out there. Anyway, should we get right into the week in wrestling now that we talked about what we're getting high on? We can see if we were high.
Let's start by some news.
I need some news.
Wait a darn minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. The Canaries are tweeting.
Bro, after 22 years with the WWE, Paul White, a.k.a. The Big Show, leaves for greener pastures on AEW.
He's coming home. It's always good to come home again.
Yeah,
that's interesting that you say that. Because go into why you say that. Because it's not as obvious as
he's coming back to TNT, where he was born and bred and made an almost copyright gimmick infringement with the son of Andre the Giant, but we just won't say Giant. Andre. Just
wasn't that like on a game? I remember him being like the Giant character on like an old WCW game.
Yeah, he was the Giant.
He was the Giant. That was his gimmick.
He was literally, canonically, the son of Andre the Giant.
Jeez Louise.
Meant to come back and wreak revenge on Hulk Hogan for beating his dad at WrestleMania.
Bro, that's so fucked up too, because like that hadn't have been too long after Andre died, right?
God damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's just some fucked up shit
I didn't think about
to do, bro. Like,
well, it's wrestling.
Exactly.
They use Paul Bearer's urns and ashes in an urn story. Like he was still, like it hadn't even been a couple months. That dude was freshly dead.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point too.
So like wrestling gets down like that.
They really do. They really do.
But this news kind of shook the wrestling world. I mean, I guess this is a huge shock. A huge shock. Paul White. The Big Show, signing with AEW. I guess we thought he was a lifer, this guy, a WWE lifer. That's just what he kind of represented, one of those guys who would always come back and do the job, do whatever.
Dirt sheets are saying that he was really upset about, his appearance on WWE Legend Raw.
Sure.
He was just kind of getting made fun of by, I think Randy Orton was walking around and they couldn't come to another money deal that I think, Paul White wanted. And so he was like, I'm going to get out of here. He
probably wanted to do commentary, don't you think?
And that's what he's going to be doing, probably.
Exactly.
Mostly wrestling. A little bit of wrestling, mostly commentary, and it's a good deal for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does.
Yeah, are we excited about
Shaq.
this? Are we
He's
high
gonna wrestle Shaq.
He's finally going to wrestle Shaq on AEW. Wow.
Somehow.
I don't care, guys. I don't care.
Just think about the moveset.
It's cool. I'm glad. I'm happy for Paul White. We can't call him the Big Show anymore. Who knows what he's going to be in AEW? But because apparently he's very well liked.
Program.
The large program.
The deluxe billing.
Oh my god.
That reminds me of a meme.
All these fake memes going on now of like all WWE legends joining All Elite, but like with their fake names. Like what was the one I saw? Guy Romance is All Elite.
Okay,
Dude Love.
the one got me mad. Then I thought about it. They said Booker T was Frederick Douglass, and I wanted to get mad, but I'm like, that's pretty fucking brilliant.
Did you guys see the Betty White one?
I saw Betty White. And I saw
the Mara Ranallo. What the fuck?
Mara Ranallo would be dope in real life.
I just want that to actually happen.
That would be amazing.
If Mara Ranallo happened, I'm a full 100% AEW. Like I'm in 100%. But the other All Elite name was God, what was it? Magic Mike Hickenbottom for Shawn Michaels.
Oh dear God,
Magic Mike Hickenbottom. I love it. But yeah, Big Show is All Elite. He's I guess his deal is he's doing commentary on a new YouTube show, which is called Dark something.
even darker.
Yeah, what's that?
Charlie Wilson. Charlie Murphy, that's what it's called. It's AEW Charlie Murphy.
I don't get it. It's just they were just doing another dark show. I don't know if I'm excited about that, but because I don't watch dark already.
No word. Yeah, I hear it's supposed to be some kind of like. Basically, it sounds like more dark. Like they're established stars wrestling indie stars. Okay. You know.
Well, that's kind of a cool premise. So,
but isn't that exactly what dark is?
Yeah, because you see, because I mean, they show it on the little ticker underneath the results from Dark, and again, I don't watch it, but you see, John Moxley beats some dude I've never heard of, so I was like, okay, it's cool. They're putting on new indie talent, and they're giving him a shake and seeing if they can maybe sign him or something like that. I guess that's what the show is.
Yeah, I guess it's just an expansion of that world and their roster.
Maybe I
like that Dark exists. It does add like a little like. All those runs that you don't see and you wonder why they got TV time, you can go find out. And it's always kind of there for you. Like that's where the Acclaim's run has been most fruitful. I only have Dark on in the background occasionally. Yeah. But like that's where you can see the Acclaim do its thing and they kind of show up on the main roster and it's like they're on a 5-match winning streak. Who, what, when, how,
I like that. I like having a supplemental program for Dynamite, but I don't know what the need is for a second one on YouTube. Maybe just have the big show. Maybe have Paul White, the large program, just do commentary on Dark, him and Taz or something. I don't know, but we'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
God bless him. Congratulations, large program. Anything else in the non-kayfabe world of pro wrestling this week?
That's all I got.
Let's get into the shit.
Let's look at some Raw.
Yeah.
Talk about Monday Night Raw. Because I like it raw.
Oh my goodness!
But did we like it raw?
I enjoyed some shit on here. Honestly,
this was the go home show from Elimination Chamber.
What?
No, that would be the before.
That'd be what I'm talking about. Wait a minute.
Fallout.
The Fallout. Yeah, that's what I meant. The go home show is the week before. Mm-hmm. I know this. I know my lingo, my terminology. Okay.
All right.
This was the Fallout show. All right.
I think Miz put on a great promo. I think that's the promo that he wasn't quite capable of giving, maybe 10 years ago when he did this last time.
Yeah, agreed.
Like it was very good. It was very good.
And I can tell he's been like pyro. Yeah. Bro, I hadn't seen Miz with like that much of an entrance in a very long time. And this, honestly, the more I just keep sitting on this fucking show last week, I think Miz winning the belt makes the most fucking sense. Like, looking at this Bobby Lashley thing that's coming up. First of all, I love when Bobby and MVP come out by themselves. Like, I love that the Hurt Business is a faction and Cedric and Shelton are there. But when MVP and Bobby come out there, just the two of them, it just, like, he looks like he fucking means business, bro. He looks like he's coming to fucking wreck shop.
They're the executive branch of the group.
Yes. I love that shit.
Everything about this is working for me. And I think that's probably the problem here. It shouldn't be working because we're fans of the Hurt Business. We shouldn't be fans of the Hurt Business. To all the people around the world who aren't fans of the Hurt Business, none of this makes fucking sense, I imagine.
Interesting. That's a really good point.
I really think they're kind of tweeners.
It's like Nation of Domination, right? They were heels.
Yeah, but they were heels.
But people still liked them.
I don't think they did.
I did. But
you did, but you weren't people.
And that may be the same thing right now that we're feeling with Hurt Business. And I bring that up because every time I'm like talking to you guys, I'm like, oh shit, we're inconsistent. We think this way. And then I get on Twitter and I'm like, oh shit, like there's some really wild ass thoughts going out there about this fucking universe. So you'd be surprised on what people feel. Maybe they don't like Bobby Lashley. Maybe people still hate his ass.
Well, I mean, even if they like appreciate him, he's not a face. This is not a tweener fighting a heel. This is a heel fighting a heel. And if anybody's the tweener, I think it's Miz. And I think it's if you go by like people who don't just like the Hurt Business, like I'm into the Hurt business. I'm a black man seeing a brother come out in a clean white suit ready to say like, yo, I'm not waiting another week. Bump all that other bullshit. Every black man knows the feeling of being told that, oh no, just wait for the thing that we told you we were going to give you. We're totally going to give it to you in a minute. Like that stuff makes him a face to me, but I don't think he's supposed to be a face.
I think the actual tweener may be the Miz.
Yeah. That's what he just said.
Yeah, that's what you
said. Sorry,
yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. I think the actual tweener may be Bobby Lashley. Reason being, they've been putting out so much like hate me, whatever, I don't give a fuck Miz content on Instagram and like Twitter. Like they're really pressing him as like a go at the fans heel, kind of a la MJF right now. Like,
no, yeah,
where
I agree.
The borders are maybe like you don't know if something's being crossed as far as like real world versus wrestling. So I don't know. I think that's the reason why it works is because nobody expected the Miz to win the belt last week, and now nobody expected Bobby Lashley to lose his belt last week, and so it's just happening really fucking fast.
I just think there aren't many people like rooting for Bobby Lashley, and no one's rooting for the Miz. Like it's us that are rooting for Bobby Lashley because we're living in some weird like Timothy Thatcher is a face like Xia Li.
I don't think we're alone. I mean, I think there's probably a larger portion of like the internet mark community or whatever.
Yeah, because Kevin was into
rooting for. What'd you say?
Kevin Crazy was into it.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean,
I think he's with us in that weird Bizarro land. Like
that's like two podcasts that are like both vying for Bobby. I don't know. I think it could be split, but I think there are some people
they play the booze when he comes out. They do play the booze. Like
that's what I'm saying, and that's
literally it's their production. They play the booze for us all to hear.
That's an interesting thing when you read the accounts of people who've been in the Thunderdome, and when I say in, I mean inside a screen. So there's a host that WWE has employed that's telling them how to respond on screen, like do the yes chant now, or like boo for whoever. So. Somebody was interviewing somebody who was on the show, and I listened to so much shit on YouTube that's given to me on the algorithm. I can't even remember what show it was on, but they were interviewing this guy and saying, you know, what about this character? Are they heel or face according to WWE? Because there's so many people without a real crowd that, like they've done with the Hurt Business in their booking, a lot of it's been in between when they were doing the Batman, you know, the vigilante shit with Retribution and taking the paycheck for that seemed kind of like hero stuff. Some of the stuff with Bobby Lashley, especially last week on Raw, I mean, he came off as the good guy in this to me, as the guy who's coming after the Miz, and like you said, I mean, to me, that was babyface kind of shit. And
I loved it.
Side note, best promo of Bobby Lashley's career, maybe?
Yeah.
Wow, I hated it.
You hated it?
Yeah.
I thought Bobby Lashley's promo work was really effective.
You know what? I'll take that because I'm a Bobby fan. So I'm glad that you liked it. I didn't. I literally was looking at. First of all, he said I came to collect, and that might have rubbed me the wrong way because that's fucking Leo Rush's.
Leo Rush. Yeah, using it right now.
You don't say he isn't, but don't you fucking take his shit, bitch.
It's in the ether.
Watch it, WWE.
Hey, maybe it's a shout out because Leo's a dual champion right now.
Maybe it is.
So like, maybe it's love.
Like to believe it is. But
let's hope it's love. Bobby's a nice guy.
It's love.
Okay, you know what? Okay, hopefully it's love. And maybe that's why I got a little distracted about the whole promo. Because I literally wrote, "Stop letting Bobby talk." Like you've been doing a really good job.
Really,
I think they've been doing a really good job of him playing the Braun Strowman. I'm not the Braun Strowman, the Brock Lesnar. Type, and it's just like let your fucking manager do what you need to do, and you handle your business in the ring. And I think that's where he has to stay. I don't want you to be The Rock. I don't want you to be a good talker. You've never been that person. Don't try to be now. You can't be. His voice is so kind. He's like every time you listen to him, like I just don't believe he wants to hurt anyone.
No, he's and I think that's I'm right between Ariam and you over Easy. I liked the promo because it was a good Bobby Lashley promo. And every time Bobby Lashley opens his mouth, I'm expecting a bad
The bar was very low.
program.
Very low.
The bar is super low. And anytime he gets out of one and says even a remotely dope line and doesn't accidentally say bastard, like I'm over the moon. Yeah. I'm over the fucking moon. So the fact that he got through awesome and it sounded good, I'm like, yes! Yes, Bobby! You are the greatest! So like that's kind of where I am, because I'm expecting him to fuck it up. And I'm right where you are. As soon as he grabs the mic, I'm like, no, Bobby, don't talk. You have MVP there. No.
I will say the awesome was really good. I do remember that.
Yeah. So like anytime it goes well, I'm so happy for him. But it's because I think like you Ari, I'm going into it, that he shouldn't ever be talking.
Yes.
We're scared. We're scared because we want success for the guy and for the character. But as long as they don't overexpose the talking.
I mean,
I thought it was effective because he's like, you know what? I don't need anyone to talk for me in this instance. I'm pissed off. Give me what you fucking owe me. And it came off that way.
And it works unless he messes up and goes bastard.
Exactly.
Like that's usually the spirit in which he grabs the mic, but it doesn't always come out the way. Now that I've got this myself. He might be good for a Brock Lesnar. Let's do this.
Like any given moment. We're walking on a thin line here. We have a black man that is very interesting right now in the WWE Championship title picture. We're walking on a rope. Right? He can't fuck up. He can't stumble. And if he talks too fucking much, he will stumble and all of it will go out the fucking window.
Exactly. Yeah, don't have him do anything extra.
We got to celebrate the victory.
Yes. True that. You're right.
So,
they gave him a little rope and he did not, slip and fall.
He didn't slip and fall. He just may not have moved forward.
Anyway, but he gave an ultimatum to the Miz, and what was this ultimatum enough to make us excited to stay tuned and see what the Miz says?
Well, speaking of people who run across Bobby Lashley, what'd you think about my man Matt Riddle?
Oh, okay, yeah. What's going on with one Riddle?
How's he look as the champ, baby? That first walk as the champ, first white guy to wear that belt.
Well, I thought it. I don't remember if we talked about this on the shows last week or if we talked about it during the pay-per-view and maybe it didn't come up, but I'm definitely at the point where I was a Riddle defender week after week with the stoner comedy because I'm a stoner and I found it funny and I found it endearing and but it's jumped the shark for me in the past few weeks. The President's Day thing was too much for me. And then, the guy just won a major championship, and it's playing second fiddle to the stoner bits. He's talking about his like awesome victory, but he's really talking about a video game. And I guess that's like another meta thing, about the whole Undertaker comment about guys aren't tough in WWE now. They just play video games. They don't like do hard drugs and beat their wives or whatever they did back in the day. Go ahead.
Here's the thing for me. So when I watch these shows, I kind of hear you guys in my ear, whatever we've talked about, the week
like canaries,
the week prior, and specifically on Mondays, I can hear you guys really clear on like what we discussed. And so I was listening to you last week. I think you were talking about how Riddle has become too much of a joke for you, and then I was like, it's finally starting to make sense to me. Like it's so different from NXT, but like I wasn't really liking it at first, and then I was giving it a chance, and now I'm actually starting to enjoy the comedy. I like that he's kind of chilling, and then I thought about this, man. When he stops joking and he makes a fucking shift, when he has a heel change one day, I think that shit's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a huge fucking transition.
Like the payoff will be even more enjoyable or fulfilling.
Yeah, I think when he stops making jokes of everything and stops taking everything so lightly and he just starts kicking people's asses. Like this dude's an MMA fighter and Vince knows that. Like I think at some point he'll have a character transition and he'll stop with the jokes, but I think it's good. It's a good build up for now.
What do you think, JB? Bad?
Yeah, I've always been that party of like Riddle is a heel. Yeah. Like he just it's supposed to cheese you off in certain ways, the way he conducts himself and the way he presents himself, as long as he maintains that air of dangerousness in the ring. Yeah, the jokes are a bit much for me, but like as long as the matches are I want an air of danger to his matches.
Exactly.
That's just all it needs. Like I don't want to change a single thing about the jokes. Maybe less, but even if you do them, don't do them less. As long as his matches are dangerous, it's almost scary how lightly he takes it sometimes.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's just I need more of the legitimate killer that he is in real life. And it doesn't come there comes a point when Hurt Lock after Hurt Lock that I still don't know if they've truly bought into taking him seriously as a future main event big time dude, because he only pinned John Morrison, who, if there's tiers of wrestling characters, he's near the bottom right now, as much as I love Johnny Moondog.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we gotta think sometimes these dudes are young, man.
They're not.
How old is he?
35.
Riddle's, he's like 35.
I mean, compared to like people that are still in the title pictures right now, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, like Randy Orton, like we got a lot of we got Sheamus, we got older dudes that are still around working in around the title picture. And I'm not saying Rey Mysterio. I'm not saying that they gotta take time with these dudes, but I think they do take their time because one, they do have a little bit more of it, and two, he just won his first like singles title. Like it's nothing like he's not getting the Aleister Black treatment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
He's doing good work.
What an opponent! That would be fun.
That would be
like they could put on some dangerous matches. Like I like him and John Morrison; those are good matches. I want him to be a little scary though, just a little scary, like a couple like AEW style death matches. Just a couple things to let you know,
dude.
Like, you really can't hurt this guy. Can really hurt somebody,
dude. Aleister Black could bring that out of Riddle. That would be really fun. The more I marinate on that.
But like Aleister Black needs somebody to make him though, like so you can't really just throw him out there.
Well, the promising thing, and I told you guys this about who was it, Drew also, or no, about Keith Lee. Like if they're off TV, fine. Like I'm okay with them not using someone and like truly not using them. Where I get pissed off is when they're putting people up there like Ricochet and like he truly is just a jobber now.
Yeah,
but Aleister Black is not yet a jobber. There could still be.
Apparently, there's plans for him. We don't know what they are.
That's a fucking lie. That nigga catering by Bo Dallas. Like he ain't gonna make it, bro.
We'll see. I don't know. He says that they got shit for him, but who knows? Maybe they don't.
They had it until Paul Heyman lost his position at Raw.
Yep.
And now like that's Vince just doesn't see it, and like. I'd be down. Like I would be down for it, but like at this point, if you bring Aleister Black in to fight Matt Riddle, like who is the person who needs to be made Weirdly, it's Aleister Black. Like his career's kind of at stake right now. He needs somebody to establish him more so than helping establish someone else.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
That's my point. Is I think Riddle's not in a bad place. I think he's in a good place right now, and I think
it could be worse.
It could be way worse.
When you look at the other, when you go down the list of NXT call-ups since NXT was like the developmental thing, I mean, most of them fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
And so when you look at his contemporaries, the Aleister Blacks and who else was called up around that time who's not doing shit right now? The Bobby Roodes of the world, things like that.
Do you mean the champion of the SmackDown's tag team division?
Well, that was a bad example when I say not doing shit right now. But the Dirty Dogs are the best thing that's happened to Robert Roode in a minute. Yes,
it's coming. It's coming. Yeah. So Shayna, let me talk to you for a second.
Oh,
defend your girl. Defend your girl.
Let me talk to you for a second, Shayna. I am a gentleman, okay?
Oh.
This is getting intense.
Don't you fucking hurt my Asuka.
Oh my God.
Don't you do it. I literally wrote,
don't you.
Damn, Shayna, what the fuck did Asuka do to you, bro? Not only did she kick her in the head, but like, she took none off of it. In my
none.
It was fucking harsh. I will say this. Thank you so much for checking on her right after. At least it seems like you're a good person. But don't
checking the damage.
Again. I know you've
don't you ever.
I know you've been hanging out with Nia Jax a lot. And you
too much.
Rubbing off on you. But
my hole.
Get it together.
Get your shit together, Queen of Spades.
What is that?
That is a national treasure. That is Ariam's beloved. Don't you ever.
I have a mask, folks.
A mask. And Oscar needed one after you kicked her in the mouth.
She lost a tooth. Too. Don't forget.
A tooth.
Lost a whole tooth. That beautiful smile.
You know, it's not ballet. That's what they say.
How very dare you.
It's not ballet.
That's what we wish Shinsuke Nakamura would do once in a while. So
just once in a while.
Yeah. I do think we might be getting worked.
On what?
Worked?
Yes.
Like, what, did she not really lose some teeth?
No, on that, this is a thing from last week, but on the Shinsuke thing.
Oh, Nakamura.
Yeah. I still, watching this week, I know we're not really on anywhere close to that, but I feel like we're getting worked. He keeps coming out of nowhere.
It seemed truer than ever to me this week.
Absolutely.
That's
what I thought. I was like, well, my whole theory about that being a work is probably not.
Seems legit to me.
That was a very clean win on SmackDown by Apollo Crews. But let's wait. The SmackDown teaser. So it's fun dropping that.
I'm not done with Bobby Lashley, though.
No, this was a through line on the show.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley had more to do with the show. I just want to touch on this is like all roads lead to the Almighty. Hallelujah.
Just when that shit was getting good, then old Braun Strowman came down and threatened to ruin the whole thing.
Like, look at this title picture. Ms. Braun Bobby? Like,
who the fuck put Braun in it? Nobody.
I love it, though. This dude looks cut, man.
I'm glad Braun got bounced out of it.
Yeah, this dude is what a goober. I can't remember the what did he God, I should take notes, man.
Yeah,
because I was cracking up with he had a total flub. What was the
clarified. Yes. I'm more clarified than Bobby Lashley.
He said clarified instead of qualified, and it was very committed.
God. I didn't even notice that. I don't think he knew that he made the mistake.
Oh, I think he did.
Or did he? Maybe he did seem salty afterwards.
He's like, I was clarified.
But Braun Strowman just looked like a big dumb idiot in that. I mean, like he did not know, he did not have three thoughts in front of the first thought. It was just like oh, well, I can't fight the champion for the then I want to fight the challenger. It's just like, I guess he just wants to fight anybody, but there's no rational thinking to that. Like, why would you want to wrestle Bobby Lashley at this point? That's not going to help you at all. But
beat somebody up and Bobby Lashley.
I mean, that's kind of what I was getting. He wanted to beat somebody's ass. He's tired of being
what they're doing. Right, so and then obviously Bobby put the Hurt Business on Braun Strowman, making him look like a little biatch in the Hurt Lock, just softening up Braun so it's even more believable that he could get beat at WrestleMania by Shane Mac. Because that's what we're getting at WrestleMania, and I, for one, am 100% here for it. I don't care.
Triple threat, Braun, Adam Pearce, Shane Mac, triple threat in a cage.
Okay, wait a minute. Are we throwing Adam Pearce into this?
I didn't think it was a triple threat. I literally wrote Shane versus Adam Pearce at WrestleMania. Lol.
No, it's gonna be Shane versus Braun, right?
I keep seeing this Adam Pearce Shane shit happening.
No, I think it's Braun and Shane, and it's gonna be great.
We'll see.
Shane's gonna jump off something. I don't care, man. Every time Shane comes out, he's so cool to me. He's Shane like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is to Tony Schiavone as Shane O'Mac is to me. I'm just like, he's so cool every time he comes out. I don't know what it is.
Now, I will say, for what I was saying about Bobby being a more of a heel and Miz being the tweener, that does the Braun Strowman match does kind of feel very face move for Bobby.
Yeah, right.
That was a very face way to handle all of that. Mm-hmm. So there's something to that.
Yeah.
Like, I have here in my notes, they're going to fuck around and turn Bobby into the biggest face in this business. Then every black person in the world is going to join the Hurt Business. Like, they don't.
Wow.
Like, they better be careful.
You know what? I have some fantasy booking. I'm just going to throw this shit out there.
Yes.
Bobby and MVP and Roman and Paul on the same show. I would love to see that fucking feud, bro.
Interesting. Interesting.
Holy shit. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
Yeah,
what about Survivor Series?
Oh,
Survivor Series.
My gosh,
that's the world.
That would be amazing.
Could we
Roman
get there?
Is still Universal Champion. Bobby is WWE Champion. Two fucking amazing talkers going at each other, bro. Oh God,
that'd be wild. I'm down.
Do we have time before WrestleMania? Because it's coming up before we know it. But I'm just thinking about Bobby Lashley. He's not the champion yet. Don't forget, The Miz is still our champion. It's kind of a foregone conclusion that go ahead. What do you got?
Next week, baby. Next week.
It could be. It could be. We could have a new champion in Bobby Lashley as soon as Monday night. But maybe he wins it at Fastlane. We don't know what's going on when you talk about fantasy booking. Is this somehow going to be? Is Drew? I mean, I have a feeling Drew McIntyre probably interferes on Monday night with a little payback on Bobby Lashley to keep him from winning the match, which keeps the belt on Miz. Maybe we go triple threat at Fastlane. I don't know what we do.
Bobby Miz, bro.
But no, I mean, fucking not Braun. Bobby, Miz, and Drew.
Oh no, I don't think we see. We'll keep going. My bad. I don't want to interrupt.
No, it's all good. Jump in anytime.
I don't think we see Drew for a little while.
Really?
And I don't know if I'm going to be true. He could be coming out tomorrow night. But he was backstage last night and just wasn't used on the show, which I thought was an excellent choice. I thought it was super smart.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think he needs to be in this title picture right now. I think he can come back after Fastlane, have a really big pop because we haven't seen him in a while, and then begin to chase for the belt at WrestleMania.
Is that what you guys think that we're gonna get, that they're building towards, is Bobby Drew ultimately?
Yeah. I think they will. Drew chasing, and I don't know which way they're gonna go yet. Honestly,
what if they go?
I think they still can decide.
Here's some fantasy booking that I would like to see. What if they just go Drew, Sheamus, blood feud, mid card WrestleMania, and the real Mania money match that I think WWE's wanted to happen for a long time, but Lashley wasn't quite there at the level that he needed to be, is Lashley Lesnar. Could they get Brock back? Could they get Brock back for Mania?
Okay, so I don't know how Brock will work though without Paul.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's like boombox dancing like babyface Brock.
I don't know.
It would be weird to see him without Paul.
I don't like seeing him
without
Paul.
Like, or maybe maybe Paul is with Brock, and then there's this weird thing where he's on both shows.
Okay.
And it starts to become a thing where Brock and Paul start talking, or Brock and Roman start talking about each other, like, what's going on with the other guy? Like, are you shirking your responsibilities? And then Roman's like, it's me or him kind of thing, and then we start teasing that. I don't know.
SummerSlam.
Now we're just firmly in the trenches of stoned fantasy booking. Which I mean, if you don't want that, then why are you listening to the 420 Wrestling Hour?
Truly.
But I would love to see Bobby Brock at Mania. That's a money match.
Anytime.
You guys think Retribution is ending?
I don't know. Are they shutting it down or what?
I'm very confused.
No.
I'm very confused.
He did just chew him a new one after that.
I mean, do we care?
I said, at what point is this going to be worth it? And then Ali grabbed the mic and he was like, how much longer are we going to do this? And I was like, same question, Ali. How much longer are we going to do this?
You are all of us, Mustafa Ali.
I think it's coming to an end.
I thought they were all going to kill Ali at the end when they were all like surrounding him. And I was going to be like,
yeah,
yes, that would have been exciting. Didn't. And then he didn't. He just walked up the ramp. I was like, what the fuck? What is any of this? What is it?
Do you think they're just going to clean slate it and we're done? Or will Mustafa Ali, unmask his Retribution brothers and sisters and reveal them for who they really are?
I think
that would be cool.
That would be cool. The best thing about this is like they haven't
Madden.
They haven't been using Dijakovic's name. They haven't been using Mia Yim's name. So like we all know that it's them, but I think if they came back, it wouldn't. it could still
work. Are they going to do that?
I don't know. You're right. I don't know.
Are they going to do the Mercedes Martinez and just go back to NXT?
Possibly.
Technically, it's a different kind of world. I guess you could get. It'd be more believable for Dijak to come back on NXT like he was never gone.
I'd be down for it too. Honestly.
Hey, get some.
Who knows?
And send Karrion Kross up to the main roster.
Yeah, they got a lot of people, man. They got a lot of fucking mouths to feed, and they're not doing really well with their time all the time.
Who's taking the Tucky Award?
The Tucky Award.
Yeah.
What's that word? What do you mean?
You know what the Tucky Award is. One of these cats is just going to be Tucky and it's going to disappear like Thanos snapped him up. Dio!
It has to be, bro.
Not
Dio.
From
Retribution. Yeah. Shane Thorne is a candidate as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Actually, knowing Vince, Shane Thorne.
Shane Thorne is just easy to get lost. And
Dio's huge.
And Dio's a big dude.
He can repackage him some way. Even if he doesn't want to use him, he can drop him.
Yeah, what is the random story of Dio Madden? Like all this, he was an NXT developmental dude, and all of a sudden he's commentating Raw, and then he's F5'd through a table, and then he's in Retribution. It's not worth it delving into too much, but
he wants Retribution for that F5.
Oh, I really
exactly.
I really forgot that all happened, and that is so wild. Please end this.
Speaking of other Retributions, there is a member of Retribution called Reckoning, which meant Damian Priest couldn't have that finisher anymore.
Oy! And they renamed it in the most Fisher-Price ass way.
Hit the lights.
The fucking lights. Gee whiz.
Not high on that. Not too high on that.
It sounds like a early 2000s punk rock band.
Yeah.
I think it might be, actually.
Or just one of their songs, maybe something from their self-titled album.
Yeah. Hit the lights, whoa!
Not the millennial whoa.
The millennial whoa.
Whoa!
No. But Damian Priest is on Raw. I know we weren't really going to talk about him and Bad Bunny, but that they looked pretty good. And
did you catch the performance on SNL?
I did not. You know what? I did.
I didn't see.
I watched SNL.
I guess that's your review.
Yeah, I mean, again, I like Bad Bunny. He's doing well on WWE television. I'm not a huge fan of the music. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the music.
I got busted. Maybe that's the new wave. That it feels a little kind of like he ain't there. He spent most of his time just kind of moaning to himself next to the girl who was singing her face off.
Right. Right.
But hey, man, whatever. He the champ.
Yeah, he's not exceptionally charismatic as a performer musically, and his voice isn't exceptional. But hey, he's charismatic on WWE, and he slapped the future world champion, The Miz. So,
and they look high on Damian Priest. They look high on Damian Priest, so.
Yeah, he seems to be the dude. They want to put him in that, that Latino superstar category, because apparently all these younger guys, the Angel Garzas and the Humberto Carrillos and even the Andrades of the world were not it.
What happened to Garza, man? I literally wrote this, he had a push and then it just stopped.
That's just Vince.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, well, Paul Heyman was apparently high on several of these guys, and then Heyman got bumped, and now it's Bruce Pritchard. Damn. And I guess he's got different opinions, and
they're all screwed except for Shayna.
And apparently they're looking for that new Latino star. They're since Alberto Del Rio left. This is what I was reading. I don't know about Rey Mysterio, but. And I guess Damian Priest is the young Latino star they're looking for at the ripe young age of 38 years old. So
there it is.
But God bless him. He's great. We love him.
Absolutely. Shall we move on to the breeding ground of young stars, NXT?
I think, yeah, speaking of, it's a good transition.
Hey.
Black and gold.
Black and gold, black and gold. Is NXT too funny? Has the gritty and grimy blood and guts brand become the chuckle fucking hut? What do you think?
I think it's a fair question to ask based on the last 2 weeks of NXT television, because you're right. Finn Balor, when he came to NXT from the main roster, he gave that great analogy of WWE being like the movies, being like a Marvel movie, and NXT being Broadway. It's gritty, it's raw, they lower the lights so you can't see the fans in the match. It's like a stage show. And it's been a little more vaudeville lately, a little more slapstick, if you will.
Wow, that's
I don't know.
Vaudeville?
Hey, no, he's not wrong.
A little bit. It's just they've been pouring on the comedy a little thick in the past couple of weeks. I guess when we saw like the popcorn segment was funny when it started off the show with the in-ring stuff, but then we had the Way and we got the Cameron Grimes stuff, and we've even got comedy elements kind of entering into the main event sometimes.
I don't understand the analogy of Broadway. Like, Broadway's funny. Is you know what I mean? Like, you can be good quality and do things well, but still be funny. Like, I don't think
I'm not trying to paint Broadway with a wide brush.
No, but it's not funny like vaudeville.
I'm saying but this was good comedy.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. Like, when you come to Broadway, you might come to see impressive feats of athletic dancing ability and comedy. I think if you go to vaudeville, you might expect to just see comedy, maybe not those great athletic feats.
Right, but I think his comment was saying that NXT is looked at as Broadway, and I think it is Broadway, and it can still be Book of Mormon. And I think, like, I thought that
I think Finn maybe meant more plays than musicals, but that's just splitting hairs at this point.
Fair enough. Anyways, I thought the comedy was really good, man. I just thought it was really funny. Like, I don't think they've been putting it on too heavy the last few weeks. I thought this week was heavier than most. But the Cameron Grimes shit was so good. I loved all the basketball segments. I thought he had the perfect build for each one. Like he just acted them all well. Gargano said
they really did build so nicely. They
were really built well.
When he slapped that third guy, it's like, let me see you do pound it 10 times. Ready? 1. Pow! Nobody's smarter than Cameron Grimes.
He said, "You dribble the ball, I give you the money. Why is this so difficult?" And
I'm laughing more now with you guys thinking about it than I was when I actually watched it. I must have just been too stoned. I don't know.
I died when he did that.
Kiss my grits. I was like, and then I literally wrote, I gotta get a shirt, bro. I have to. He's so funny. I think even Gargano earlier this week, he was like, "That's the way. We like it." Like, I think that was their break for the Way.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I'm into it. I know it may be a little bit too much comedy for you, but I was like, I fucking thought they did it.
I don't know if it is. It's a question I wanted to ask, but I'm not sure where I land on it either. Like, I mean, it was enough so that I thought it was interesting to bring up, because NXT has really always kind of been that like gritty, more athletic wrestling based show. And I love characters, obviously. I want to see characters on wrestling and not just guys and ladies fighting because they are great fighters. You know, there's a couple matches I fast forwarded through on Raw and SmackDown that I was explaining to my valet, like, you know, I don't want to fast forward through this, but these are just people fighting. Now, like, it's not their fault. They're great performers, but I just need characters. I just want to know that there's a story going on here.
Here's the thing, man. Cameron Grimes got crossed up by a black woman during Black History Month, so I was already excited about it. But
that shit was dead.
To play devil's advocate, man, there was the whole I think Austin going to therapy and Indy thinking Dexter Lumis was hot. If that was something that crossed your mind about bad comedy, that I was not with.
That's probably the moment where I thought it. I was like, okay.
That stuff, I was like, I don't really know what's happening here, and it's not funny. But Cameron Grimes, yeah, he fucking made it work.
And I think that's kind of what it is. Like, the amount of comedy you can stand in a show kind of is tied directly to how funny you personally think those sketches are.
Fair
sketches
enough.
are.
Fair enough.
So, like, if you put them at, like, let's say you like 70% of the comedy that's being thrown at you, is the amount that they're throwing at you too much. If you're only gonna like, let's say 70% of it,
right?
Like, but I still, but like, for me though, I am enjoying it. Like, it was a fair question, and I still, to answer that question myself, I'm cracking up at the Cameron Grimes stuff. the way stuff hasn't gotten tired for me yet. So until such a time as it does, I'm on board.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't think I'm all the way there yet either. I think they got to be careful. This is just the first warning.
Fair enough.
I don't want them to get so into like, oh, the people are loving this Cameron Grimes shit on the internet, but let's do 5 segments next week. I'm just like,
yeah, he can definitely have a point still.
Yes, and the same thing with the way, like like when they were doing the Christmas stuff, and then the indie wrestling thing. I wish they would lean more into that indie wrestling thing more often.
Same,
that was hilarious.
Agreed. Yes,
but yeah, and I'm just not as into Dexter Lumis right now, so that whole crossover is just. We'll see.
That was a good match they had, though.
Yeah,
we don't have to stay on long, but like that was a good match.
Yeah,
I have here on my notes, like, this is kind of like the perfect spot for someone like Dexter Lumis. Like, if it was a full, like, if NXT was something that had like weeks and weeks of air hour, like if it took place on like Monday and Tuesday and whenever, then like he would be great for like a TV championship because he's mad athletic. He can have good, fun TV matches with anybody, and like that's actually kind of a good spot for him. Like, I could see any kind of feud that ends on a particularly well-booked, extra big night of NXT that we rave about. Like, man, that was good. They had this match and that match and this match. I don't really need to see him on TakeOver all that much.
Yeah.
But this was kind of a good spot.
And it was,
we need characters.
Yeah, he made some good progress this week on his character, too. I don't know. I think it was Over Easy, but I'm not sure. It might have been you, JB, was talking about how he wanted to just, like, see him smile, crack a little smile.
Over Easy.
So it was Over Easy that wanted, we wanted to see him enjoy it. And after the match, he was like stroking Gargano's head. Like, I don't know if you saw that. And it was just like, it was weird. It was like off-putting.
It was weird to me.
And I was like, it was a move in the character. Like, in a way that I thought, like, okay, you did something else besides just stand there with your eyes not blinking.
Sure. I'm kind of hoping that based on the Indy Hartwell thinking he's hot kind of thing, that maybe we do go a little bit more like tortured artist thing, and showing a little bit more emotion than just like cold serial killer who we can't figure out. Because that's the thing, if my girlfriend who doesn't know the character just passing by is like, oh, that guy's hot, what's his story? Like they're obviously Indy Hartwell and my valet are not the only ones who are thinking this, so they're going some way with him, and I hope that's a character thing that they're going for. But we'll see.
Well, you know who else got a character? Motherfucking Xia Li.
Okay,
that character, like I enjoyed that. Like I was mad. I was mad at KCK last week. Coming out there and trying to stop her flow. Like, Xia Li's winning matches now. Yep. She doesn't need you to tell her to turn back. She's finding success. And Xia Li came out and kicked the dog shit out of KCK. And I'm here for it. Like, I think she's the future of the women's division now.
I can't argue with that. And from the right off the bat, this theme song, that shit has been on loop in my head, just like that little bit. So that's always a good sign for me of like, if a character's presentation is sticking, and as much as I have not been as into the knife twirling, the character is getting more and more badass every week. And the mystery involving this 2,000-year-old woman is getting more and more mysterious every week. And I think it's pretty well crafted shit so far.
Oh, I hope KCK's knee is well crafted after Xia Li stomped. That looked nasty.
Yep,
that looked like it hurt.
She got fucked up, and now Kaden is next. Xia says.
Yeah, Kaden bogus for leaving a girl in the ring there to get Bo just out there. Like, no.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
You can't. Casey getting kicked in the head by poor Xia Li.
Bro,
I don't think Casey's gotten up yet.
Casey. Kick the shit out of Casey.
Like, yeah, man. Left her for dead.
Poor Casey.
I said, come on, Xia. Beat Casey's ass too. Yeah, just do it all. I like
next week.
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Little My Hole and Baszler coming to NXT.
Oh my gosh.
What else? What else on the black and gold brand? Is that it? Oh no, we had
the main event.
Had the main
event.
The main
Escobar versus a Falls Count Anywhere match. Apparently,
I forget that it's the main event because they did the whole Adam Cole segment afterwards.
Right.
Which was, I guess, in the main event slot. But yes, this was a match I was excited for. But did it live up to expectations? I don't know. What did you guys think?
I enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun with it.
I thought sometimes recently backstage matches have not been that interesting to me. But this one was, I thought, really well done.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, especially with the use of Legado del Fantasma. Like, they weren't there the whole time, but they were there, and I thought when they were there, it was worth it. You know what I mean?
It just gives me I was turned off immediately when they started wrestling in the back. For some reason, I was just seeing this being a wrestling match, and I don't know. It wasn't that much of a blood feud where it's like the third match is when they're going in the parking lot and having a street fight. Like, they haven't even touched yet. So I was a little turned off by that. But after that, it was great. It was fine. It was effective. But it gave me the vibes even more that Karrion Kross is not long for NXT. I just get the vibes that this was just a vehicle to make Escobar look more badass, to propel him to a different level and propel the cruiserweight title to a different level, I guess. But why else do you do this feud?
To turn Karrion face.
I guess Escobar's a good guy to do that too.
Yeah, he's one of the few completely hateable people that doesn't have title, belt, or main event issues.
Huh.
You know?
That's heel shit though, what he's doing though.
Who? Karrion?
Yeah.
I mean, kinda, yeah, but he was doing it 3-on-1. Yeah, but it was cool, though.
Karrion didn't start the feud. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he?
Karrion started the feud with Escobar. Escobar was the one who put his name in his mouth.
Yeah, he did say his name. He did,
and not just in passing. He kind of dissed every champion in WWE in the promo where he was the one true champion, but he stuck on extra thick on Karrion being he couldn't even defend that shit. And then he started. He was dissing his slogan by talking about time and shit. I was like, why is this guy trying to get fucked up? What is his problem? He has a death wish.
I remember that.
No,
he invited that. He invited the conflict for sure.
Yeah.
I did not remember. I did not know that's what started the whole thing off.
Yeah.
I thought Karrion
I have here that Karrion is NXT's answer to Lance Archer.
Sure.
This big, fun monster baby face meant to smash the bad guys and teach them a lesson.
Okay.
I think that's what this whole feud's for. And that's kind of what I think was more why, what you're saying, I don't think he's going anywhere near the belt for a little while, because that's more monetarily valuable to them than another title reign. Doing cool stuff like him, making meme-worthy stuff like Keith Lee used to do with Karrion Kross.
Yeah,
when he threw Legado through that glass and then did that stare at Escobar. That's the kind of stuff I think they want to do with him going forward. And maybe they can throw him at an Adam Cole later to teach a really dirty Adam Cole a lesson, and people will cheer him. So I think that's what things like this are for.
We'll see.
Yeah,
it worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah, he looked like Zion Williamson dunking on high schoolers. I enjoyed that match. He was this is...
He was, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
3-on-1, pretty much.
I want him to go to 205 Live and just declare war on everyone.
Just Karrion Kross just shows up on the main roster and just dominates the 24/7 division, just taking out Ivar and shit,
just for no reason, just fixated on that.
Just I'm gonna make the 24/7 championship legit. just killing every Titus O'Neil of the world. But maybe we'll get that.
Making moves, making $1 million moves.
Hey, so what do you want? We gonna do AEW or SmackDown? You want to stay in the Federation?
You guys say what you want to say about Adam Cole?
Yeah.
Adam Cole, baby.
We got Adam Cole twisting the knife into what was the Undisputed Era even further by turning on Roddy Strong.
Yeah, was Adam Cole's music Undisputed Era before Undisputed Era started, or was this their whole music?
I think this was always Undisputed Era.
So like, I kind of was expecting to hear something different. I think when he entered, and it was a little.
I think you will now.
Okay,
I don't think it was. I don't because he still came out in the UE merch too. Like I think, the story was that Undisputed Era broke up when he super kicked Finn and then super kicked Kyle O'Reilly. But in the news that was the story. But in kayfabe, the story is he comes out and cuts a promo on Wednesday night saying it was a mistake. This is Roddy was defending him, saying it was all emotion. So we still thought maybe they're going to work this out somehow. But now that seems to be.
Fair enough. Maybe I was just looking past all that, and I was just a little too ahead. So maybe it made sense for him to still come out with it. But hopefully we get something new.
I think he'll switch it up now.
Yeah, you were at the party. You were just early.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, but I think that's Rap City for UE. I think we're gonna get some good matches out of Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. And then the main feud I think will be him and Kyle O'Reilly.
Does anybody keep Shock the System? Are we just never getting?
I hope not. I hope we let it go because that's what held someone like Roman Reigns back. Just let it go.
Yeah, literally was like, who gets the song after a breakup?
That is true, but Roman Reigns just hijacked the Shield song, and now it's his.
Yeah,
I hope at Mania.
That's not serving him well. That's they really need to get something else on that.
I think that the song's ready to go, Roman's new song, without not meaning to jump to SmackDown. I just think they're waiting for Mania or the right moment.
Yeah, I think that's going to elevate him too. Anyways, we'll get that later. Hey, Dub.
The other Wednesday show.
The other one.
That always beats the other Wednesday show.
Yo, man. And
you know why? Because there's the right amount of comedy. Just the right amount.
Just the right.
On Wednesday nights.
This should have me feeling like a kid.
Or people are scorned.
Feeling like a kid, and are you talking about specifically Sting and Darby?
No.
I mean, yeah. Yes and no, and yes and no. It was because of that, and because of bigger reasons. But yeah, man, that took me back to when dope things like that would happen on a random Monday Nitro. Yeah. You know what I mean? You didn't know it was the go home show. You didn't know that it was they were building towards this. Just all of a sudden, yo, were you watching that week? Because Sting came down from the Raptors and they were punching all the fake Stings and they punched it. It was just a random Nitro that shit would happen. And then when Darby came ziplining down that shit, that was cool, man. That was so fucking cool.
That was so cool.
This is the week I became fully on board with this duo here, and because they've been teasing Sting coming down on the zip line, but then when Darby comes down with the skateboard, I mean, this is just it's again a slow burn, and for week after week we were like, why aren't they doing something? But maybe they had the right plan all along because it feels effective now. Even seeing the Stinger splash and the Scorpion Death Trap. On getting the retribution on Brian Cage.
He looked good doing it too.
He did. He didn't look really as old as he did when he took that powerbomb bump a week prior.
Yeah, I don't. What's up, Aaron?
Yeah, I thought the entrance was super fucking cool, man. Darby looked like a fucking G. Still not really into it. I still think Sting's being overexposed at this point. It just
AEW hater over here. Oh,
I guess, man, or just a realist. I don't know that he needs to work every week, man. I just don't know that he needs to work every week.
But this is the first time he's ever gotten physical in his entire run. It's mostly just bat points. That Stinger splash, that Scorpion. He looked good. I didn't think he could jump that far anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point. I think if this week would have happened, with just a couple other appearances, 3 other appearances, that would have been great. But because he did come out and do the bat shit for 5 or 6 weeks straight, I'm sorry, Darby coming down from the fucking rafters is not gonna just like get me into it now.
No, I feel you on that. Like this cool thing didn't make the 3 weeks too long that he did the coming out and yakking. It didn't make that go away, but like that didn't ruin this moment.
No,
in fact,
no.
If anything, it made it. I mean, I don't even know if it would have been as good if we'd done this. If I was a little weary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe if they hadn't run me down, I might not have popped as big for this because I honestly didn't think he could do it anymore.
I was mostly just going at Over Easy's point about this being the week that it worked for him, and I was just saying that this was not the week it worked for me. I thought this was a really cool segment, but as far as like this whole push or whatever they're doing, Sting, it has not been well done. And like I love the spectacle. I was telling you guys before we started the show tonight that like the reason I think I'm into the WWE product a little bit more is because it is polished and the spectacle is high, and I like being stimulated. I like being overstimulated. And you don't really get that with AEW as far as like production value. You get it with in-ring wrestling. And so for this, like when him coming down from the top, I was like, hell yeah, when was the last time I saw somebody enter from the fucking rafters?
Sting.
Right. It's been a while. I mean, especially with, it didn't turn out so well in WWF. RIP Owen Hart. So like it makes sense why they don't do it, but I was like really into it, but I just don't think it now makes everything that they've done with this work for me yet.
Like
I get where you're coming from. I really do.
Hey man.
Because we had to listen to him say it's Sting again. And I was just like,
nah, man, he earned that one. That one felt good.
It didn't feel good to me.
It felt like better than horrible.
Because something actually exciting was happening.
Yes.
So it at least fit.
That's true. But it still was like, oh God.
Look, I think if Sting is the original, Darby Allin is the remix, baby. Like that's how you recontextualize one of Sting's big moments for an audience that probably didn't see it or couldn't care less about it.
Heck yeah.
Like that.
Can they use that content on AEW? Like if they were to put like a side by side?
Well, WWE probably owns
They
that
probably
content.
wouldn't let them do that, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, that kind of sucks. Because that would be fucking great content.
That would be. Yeah.
Fuck.
I like what they're doing though with the little films they're shooting, and Sting taking Darby out of the body bag and Darby giving that smile.
Was cool too.
I'm just like, this is kind of cool. It's like these little short films. I'm into it.
You out here kidnapping Taz's son?
Yeah, that's
right. You didn't think you'd see old Hook in the bag. That was and then Taz dropped the shit bomb on AEW TV. That seemed real. That was cool. What's the shit? My son. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how it feels like Sting and Taz are like the same age, but Taz is like, I'm too old to fight, but Sting's like, I can fight.
61, baby, ain't no joke.
Isn't Samoa Joe also younger than Sting? And you see him?
No hurry.
Yeah, it just is. I always think about like, well, Taz is off limits because he's not a wrestler, but Sting he can get power bombed. We'll see. Taz isn't in the match.
Oh shit!
So we're kind of split on the Sting thing. I mean, it took me a while, but now I'm fully in. I see what they're doing. I wanna see the relationship continue to grow. I'm excited to see this match happen at Revolution. But Ariam needs a few more weeks, I think, to get him there.
I think the match will be good. I just don't think it saved the entire story so far.
We'll see.
Well, if our Twitter game is to be believed, one thing Aaron was high on is old Mox's promo.
Might have been one of my favorite promos of all time.
Time.
Yeah.
Of all time, baby.
Bro,
Tell him about it.
The dude's just dope, man. And I've been like trying not to say it, but I've been hinting at it for weeks. He is like today's Stone Cold for me. Like I think he has that. He has that potential in AEW to be like that kind of a hero. Like that's how they're doing them. All these like backstage, like parking lot promos. I think he fucking nails them. And even when he's in the ring, man, when he was looking down and he was like, "I'm addicted. I'm addicted to this." Like he's just so fucking committed. Like everything that comes out of his mouth, I 100% believe. Yeah, I just thought this was an excellent promo. This dude, he's on another level. Like them grabbing him, snatching him up, huge
from retirement.
From retirement.
Well, I mean, for real, man, like that's an even darker hole than WWE. Like when you got to the point where you don't want to do this shit no more. Like to.
Well, do you think he's actually ever going to retire, or he was just going to? I think he had plans to go to AEW before it.
Well, I'm putting him in a world where AEW isn't there.
You think he would have been done with WWE?
Their existence is what saved him.
Yes, because he was real burnt out creatively and spiritually and shit on WWE before AEW was a thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm just in the bigger sense. Like if AEW doesn't exist, like Dean Ambrose retires and he's chilling with Renee.
Was AEW a thing when the gas mask thing happened with Dean Ambrose? I don't think so.
Or at least it probably wasn't the viable opportunity. Like each week as it went on, it became like, oh, this is for real. Oh, this is for real. Oh, this is for real. So like, it was impossible to tell how real it was going to be even early.
Yeah.
But no, that's good shit. Like he is the man. Like that he is. And it's amazing how they were able to transfer this over from Cody, who played that heroic role in AEW early. But yeah, Jon Moxley is just a fucking hero.
Yeah.
He's a hero to the young, to the old, to the women, to the children. There's just something about him that is so everyman heroic. And it's what a great foundation for the whole company.
Since AEW has been a thing, I mean, that's been the coolest transformation that we've seen, I think, by far. Like, I was not ever a Dean Ambrose guy in WWE. And not because I didn't think that there was talent there. There was just something stale about his character. You could tell, for the most part, that his heart probably wasn't as in it as it should have been. And now you just see something in this guy that makes you really love pro wrestling. And he makes you feel like you're a part of something. Like you're a part of that family. All of his promos include something like that. Like so many times babyfaces, good guys in their promos make it feel corny or put on. Like the WWE universe without you in my corner. But Moxley makes it sound like he's just like your favorite dude at the bar or wherever, who's just like, it's more everyman than Stone Cold was.
Everyman very, very well.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know that it's more everyman than Stone Cold was, but I would love to debate that one.
I think he is. I mean, because Stone Cold was I think because Stone Cold was a little more of a character. Like he was. He spoke in a way that not every man spoken. Like there was not every guy talking. Like I mean, there was a cadence there that made him different. But there's something, like I said, like you could hear Moxley giving that speech before like a game or something. I don't know.
No, I feel you on that. It's kind of like he's closer to how like CM Punk used to do his promos, where there weren't like catchphrases.
Yeah,
and there weren't like.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, I'm sorry. Then I
take
thought you
home
meant,
lines.
Like,
that's what I mean.
Appeal
Austin
to every
is pro
man
wrestling.
More. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Austin is more of a pro wrestling character. Exactly, JB Bad, and that he's got the catchphrases. He you wouldn't have what chance if not for Stone Cold. Like he was just more of a character. Not saying anything bad about that because I love characters, but Moxley has found this connection with wrestling fans that makes him our hero. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're similar. Like, I think they're both characters. I don't think this is who Moxley is as a person. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not saying that. He's definitely. Okay. If the argument is which character, Jon Moxley or Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin was more of an everyman character. That I might argue Moxley is more of an everyman than Stone Cold Steve Austin was. But
okay,
that's just
where
I fall.
Yeah, growing up with my crew, like we all felt like maybe it's that Mox is the everyman and like Stone Cold is like who every like man wants to think that they are.
Yeah, he was more exceptional, like in that way of like, oh, fucking Stone Cold. But yeah, maybe Moxley seems more accessible to like internet fans. Like he's like, thanks for being. You couldn't like. You feel like you couldn't even have a beer with Stone Cold because he would just like smash it over your head. Like he wouldn't take shit from. Don't trust anybody. DTA. Like he wasn't like an everyman kind of dude. Some parts of his character were. I know we're going far off the deep end.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because I was about to let it go, but then no, I did feel like I could have a beer with Stone Cold, especially once his neck issues came and he became more like hinting on the comedy. Like
I'm thinking of like King of the Ring, like early Stone Cold now. But
yeah.
the more I think
I'm thinking bedpan to Vince McMahon's head.
Exactly.
Cold,
the character did evolve to be more accessible and everyman. So you're right. Maybe
fair point. Though.
That's the thing when you have a spur of the moment debates that you haven't really thought about before.
I love it.
Maybe I'm schooled in the moment.
I will say this: my ass was like not into this death match before he started this promo, and I don't know that like I am into it for sure. But the reason why I love this promo was that he made me want to fucking see it, and that is promo.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole fucking point of a promo. I did not want to see this match. You spoke for a while, and now I want to see it. Fucking A1.
Yep. I wanted to see it before, but now I want to see it even more.
Fair enough.
Talk them into the building, baby.
Landmines in the ring. You love to see it.
Like AEW was going full Macbeth drama this week. Like you got him doing his exploding death match, Sting passing the torch to Generations, pull Papa Buck. Oh Lord, somebody get Papa Buck. He is being spread like so much marmalade on the on the Young Bucks van. Like please somebody get him up and put him on some toast. Like
he is jelly.
Just my man, covered in just the chunkiest fake blood you'll ever see.
This was high melodrama on AET this week.
Oh my goodness.
AEW this week. It was for me it was the slow fall. To make sure he got the smear, because that's where they're like, we need the smear of the blood. So when you get knocked on the truck, slide down, and it was that just pronounced slide down.
I am going to say something that's entirely unfair.
Say it.
But like that was objectively bad, but because it was AEW, I loved it.
At least he admits it.
At least see the truth shall set you fucking free.
Like
he's an AEW mark. He's an AEW apologist.
That one was just like no other promotion I would accept that from.
I don't know.
This is what I'm saying, man.
Like the fakest of fake blood. I was like, nope. I love it. It's so bad.
And literally pre-show, you guys were talking about the Randy Orton shit.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the black blood on Raw, did we?
No, we didn't. But it's not worth talking about.
No, I guess it's not.
I mean, no, you can go for it, please. If you got some.
No, I was just kidding. I don't.
Yeah.
We probably didn't talk about it for a reason.
I mean, I thought the segment was good, JB. Don't get me wrong. I think, obviously, I'm not an AEW mark. Somebody might call me a WWE mark. I think I am fairly critical of all 4 shows. Maybe I might be a SmackDown mark right now, but we'll see. Anyways, I thought the segment was really good, man. I loved it. Jericho, MJF, Young Bucks, it's fun. Papa Buck
despicable.
was doing Papa Buck
it's
and Mama
fun.
Buck
yeah,
were
it was
doing
despicable.
There were the whole story. You have them like So my notes are like not just the ending, guys. My notes start with like the beginning of them coming to the fucking arena, arriving. Their parents are just like, you can obviously see they're going to be in the show. You can
good Christian boys. They're good Christian boys.
You can obviously tell that something's going on here. Something's going to happen tonight.
They're proud mom and dad.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, I'm so proud of you, son. Let's take a picture by this truck. Oh, we won't be seeing this truck again. Let's get a picture of it before we go into the arena.
Commentary just like unnecessarily talking about just how great that family is, like halfway into the next match. Like, by the way, aren't they just a great family? I haven't had a chance to get to know them too well, but what a great little family unit. Just great people.
Trying his best.
The Cleavers, I tell you.
That was straight out of Southern Wrestling, the Southern Wrestling playbook. Like, bring in someone's dad, like, bloody him up, like, good old American Christian boys fighting for their dad. Like, that is straight out of the heartland.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of things, like, and I say this to people who are, like, they kind of ask about how wrestling goes nowadays, and I'm like, wrestling is fine. Wrestling is a lot of fun, but the thing wrestling will never be again is so big that little old ladies buy it. And it's because we've lost connection to stories like that, to stories like them. Like, that's a story my grandma would watch.
Yeah.
Like, that's a story that would get her, like, I wonder what happened to him. They beat up his dad so bad.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did. He's just so mean, that Chris Jericho. Like, that's the kind of stories that would make you money.
Yes.
Like, from little old ladies that would scream for Jerry Lawler and his stupid ass strap. Like, where do we get them back in the building?
Oh, there was like a little old lady who was on NXT for a while in the first row, right? She was getting really into it with somebody. I don't remember. Ciampa, right?
She was in it with Ciampa.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they had a feud.
Yes. So that's like the closest thing we've had to that.
And like, you watch old WCW shows, it used to be littered with those little old ladies. Like, they were a sizable portion of your audience, and you could book for them.
Bro,
I remember my first going to my
me into wrestling.
Me too. Hey, come on, Aaron, I'm in the building.
Bro,
yeah,
she used to literally tape the pay-per-views for me on VHS, because for some reason she always had it in her, like, the satellite subscription, and then mail those videos from Arkansas to me, and I would get them maybe like Wednesday afternoon.
That's incredible.
Everybody already been talking about it at school, and I'm like, I can't fucking watch it. We can't afford this shit. And so she would send me the fucking videos, bro, and that's how I watched all my pay-per-views back in the day.
Wow.
Crazy,
Grandma
right?
coming through.
Grandma Nene.
That's awesome.
What up?
And you guys have the grandma connection as your entrance into pro wrestling. That's awesome.
That's pretty fucking cool. The videos. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like my earliest memories of going to indie shows. Because at my high school, they would put on indie shows. That's like I saw fucking Gangrel wrestle Jim Duggan in a main event at my high school.
Holy
and
fucks.
there were like 3 or 4 little old ladies like in the front row. John, it's like straight out of the Southern wrestling in the 80s. But
yeah, bro. On that, I did watch Young Rock, and it's really fun.
It's fun,
it is.
Right?
It's good. Thank you for putting me on that. That's good.
You know, it's not trying to like win Emmys and shit, but it's innately watchable for wrestling fans.
No, yeah, and it's shot really well too. Like, it's a really good show.
Hell yeah. The Rock's got $7 to do these things, so
he's got a future in this business.
He might.
I don't know. We'll see.
Main event?
Yes.
You guys watched Main Event this week? Who even wrestles on this show?
Ricochet.
Is that still on?
Ricochet versus Aleister Black.
Tucky's on there.
Oh god.
Nah,
anyway.
Ray Phoenix versus Lance Archer. Man, I love Ray Phoenix matches. I fucking love him.
You just knew this was gonna be great.
Yo, and can I just say, because we might not touch on this again, big ups to Lance Archer for being the ring general during that match.
Yeah.
Like, Ray Phoenix, as great as he is, cannot be controlled.
Loose cannon.
He is a loose cannon. He kind of just does his thing, and you just aim him. But Lance, not only is he a big man, he worked Phoenix through the paces. Like, yo, over here, let's do this. Like, he laid that match out wonderfully. So, just wanted to notice that. I noticed a couple of things in the match of him literally calling spots for Ray, because Ray is a wild fucking man. But
that's
still,
why we love him.
Big ups for Lance Archer.
Ray Phoenix is a beast. What a talent, bro. This dude, watching this dude wrestle, man, is like poetry in motion. Like, everything he does, his oh my gosh, his high flying shit is all so precise. Like, God, why did Lucha Bros never make it to WWE?
I mean, probably because they don't respect luchas like that, man. Like,
I guess you're right. That's a good point.
Like, look who they got. They got Ray. They got Grand Metalik. They got Kalisto. They got Sin Cara. Who else do they need if they ain't gonna treat those people well?
Yeah, they're all just having a house party and not really doing anything cool.
Damn. Anyways, I thought this was a great fucking match. Lance Archer is obviously a fucking stud too.
Top notch.
I love how at the end, after Ray had been pinned, like, Lance was trying to give Ray some love, just like kind of give him the old rub, and then Ray was still fucking selling, and he had to Lance picked his fucking head up and fist bumped him, and then Ray's just dropped his hand, just fall to the ground. I was like, this is amazing.
Fully committed.
He was like, yeah, fist bump. I gotta go to sleep.
I'm real tired.
I'm into it. I was into it.
Hell yeah.
But like, I can't wait to see Rey Fenix do matches with like Darby and Joey Janela and Brian Cage. Like when they insert him into the TNT title picture, like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be like a souped up X Division from Impact, and that's gonna be one of the coolest things that we have on TV.
I also wonder how long until they let this Jungle Boy Jack loose as a goddamn huge babyface star, because that's real. That's a real thing. I don't know if they're going to have to turn the dinosaur on him or what.
I love that fucking chant, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be in the audience and do that shit, bro.
He's got again, heterosexual guy, but he's a sexy man, Jack Perry.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's got a smolder. He's got a blue steel thing going on. Something about him. The girls love him. I love him. Man. He's a sexy man.
He's dope.
Anyway.
Bang, bang in your eyes. It's time for the Impact Minute now. Let's go, baby.
Set your timers.
Get your timers ready. I warned you. It's in the air, and now it's here for you.
All right, here we go.
Get it ready.
You got 3,
all right, bang.
2, 1.
Go. All right, here we go, baby. It's the Impact Minute coming live for you, baby. This is the week was the story of motherfucking Moose, baby. I do a moose sound, but I don't even know what a moose sound like. This boy, okay, first we're going to start out with Jake something. I hate this name, but Jake something has a great ass future ahead of him. Athletic as fuck, good ass match with Dina, and then Moose comes out, puts him through a motherfucking table, says, I want my motherfucking title match. Bruce motherfucker comes out and says, guess what? You want a motherfucking title match? That replica belt you carrying around, you got a motherfucking title match, you got to defend that tonight. So after he goes in the back, big Chris Bay gets a big win, has a 6-man match. It's the time for Chris Bay. Miguel takes out the match of Sammy Callahan. Then it's time for the thickety thickness of thickeration, because old thickety thickness, old thick mama pump.
15 seconds.
Jordan Grace comes out, and OD Grace, there was so much thickness in this match, I lost my daggone mind. Then Moose and Jake something went so hard in that match, tables, chairs, spears, and it was so damn hard, and Moose is still a champion, because it's time for the Impact Minute, and we out!
Yeah! Bang, bang, in your mouth.
Oh my gosh. You got me right before I was going to say 15 seconds.
You got it in.
I died, bro. Couldn't even say 15 seconds.
It was so damn thick. I sent you saw that clip I sent you in the text chain, didn't you?
What clip?
I sent it specifically to you, Martin. Damn it.
That one?
We'll get that.
Get that one.
Oh yes, I did. Yes.
Definitely, that's why you have to watch Impact. Just for that. Jordan like, come on now. Look at all that. Look at that. Just been 12 seconds.
We're getting a live reaction of this thickness here.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Yes.
She grabbed him.
Just grabbed all of it. Hold on tight.
Yeah.
You got to hold on to what matters most in this life.
Well, I really did feel like I got all of Impact in that 60 seconds, so thank you for that.
No problem, baby.
Yeah, Jake Something's a dude. I've seen him wrestle at AAW before. He's great.
Yeah, that name is something I'm gonna have to get used to, but like, good man.
Yeah,
and Moose is a star. I'm changing my pick for him to beat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Title.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
shall we move on to SmackDown?
JB, what does it feel like to be a fake African American?
A fake African American. I had no idea.
Ooh.
I was laid low by the great Apollo Crews. Like, yo, man, like, somebody get your man together. He's like, I am from Nigerian royalty. Check out my scarf. Look how I carry it on my arm, draping around my overly oiled deltoids. Yes. And I am a real African American. Yes. And every black person in the country just laid down dead. And was like, well, I guess I can't be a fan of you. What business it is.
I was like, yeah, he's spitting facts. Yeah,
you fuck out of here.
He from the homeland. Yeah, you real African American. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And speak your words, bro. Speak your shit, bro. Yeah. And the new gear, fresh as fuck.
The new
looks great.
He looks amazing. Dope.
Does he need a new theme song now that he's like truly heel? Should he like get Wale to remix a Hulk Hogan song, and so it's like, I am a real African American.
I hate it.
And then Wale comes. Yeah, just hijack racist Hulk Hogan's theme song. Remix, with the sample but real African American.
I was going to say no, but yes.
You sold
Come on, I sold you on it.
You sold me.
Yeah.
But did you sell Vince?
No. That'll never happen.
I love this, bro, because first of all, the Nigeria made the colors work too, like of his new gear and of his entrance. Like I've always been like, Apollo, like why is everything just so fucking green? Like it's just everything's fucking green. But he's fucking Nigerian. That makes sense now.
Makes sense.
Green. Yeah, I believe it. The music's fine. It could be better. I hope he gets something else. But the promo was dope. And like JB texted me, how is he now gonna move around the ring with those giant balls?
Like, yo, man, like, how you gonna send a black guy out there to literally turn on all black people
during Black History Month?
During Black History Month, no less. I wasn't ready. Like, my mouth fell open. I was like, what?
An effective heel turn promo.
That was real effective. Like, I was all set to cheer him. I'm like, hey, man, I kind of like this new look. Go, Apollo, black excellent, or you ain't even really an African American. Well, damn.
Oh, shit.
Well,
and give Apollo some time to cook, too, right? Like, Big E's nowhere to be found. Apollo's got some time. I think he handled it well, man. I was into this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Is this how The Rock felt when I said that The Rock ain't black?
Probably.
Or did he just feel like he was rich and started adjusting his cufflinks?
Yeah, I don't think the news got back to him from the 420 Wrestling Hour, unfortunately.
Sound and just like swiped it out the air. He's gonna fucking hear our asses.
No.
Maybe one day.
Oh shit. What else we got?
Yeah, Apollo.
Speaking of Black Excellence, what about your Street Profits?
Okay, so they were coming out. They were coming down the ramp this week, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we have begun. This is now their return to title. It's coming. Like they're gonna meet the Dirty Dogs. In WrestleMania.
I love that hour.
I love it. I mean, Over Easy Kyle Kush is right, man. They need some wolves or some fucking dogs in their fucking music.
Well, I just don't understand why they don't call them the Dirty Dogs.
True.
But they didn't. But you're right. I like the long-term storytelling. I mean, they brought it up again that several weeks ago. Sonya Deville in her effective yet random role as an official backstage now, told them, if you want your title shot, you got to work your way back up into the picture. And so that's what they're doing now, wrestling this ragtag team.
Corbin and Zayn.
Corbin and Zayn, which at least they told me a story of why they're putting this ragtag team together. I don't know if this was a 1 week thing or not, but I appreciated it.
It was like Corbin was even like, I don't even know why we wrestling together. And I was like, thank you. At least they're self-aware.
And they have Sammy, who's a great storyteller who can spin anything. And he's just like, hear me out. Hear me out. And it worked for me. I love anything Sammy's in. The cool thing about this match, too, well, I mean, not for me, but my valet happened to be watching. And as I've said sometimes on the show, she will give her 2 cents on style. And what she commented on in this match is that she said she really believed that these were all dudes fighting because for the first time in a long time since she's happened to watch wrestling, there were no briefs in this match. And briefs are a big turnoff for her because she's like, as soon as I see all these dudes oiled up in briefs, I more think of it as theater and less as like these guys are fighting. Yeah. And in this match, they're all, because she was really commenting on, she's like, I think Sami Zayn is hot. Like, he's in good shape. She likes redheads. But he's wearing khakis. Like, this dude looks like a fighter. Like, I believe that he's in there like fighting people. When you show me these dudes in like oiled up in briefs, I'm like, what am I watching here? But so it's just an interesting comment when you hear people who aren't fans, just casual observers, what they think about the product. She's like, wow, no briefs. Like, I like this.
Well, tell her I always fight in my briefs.
Exactly. So. It's like, I feel like if I was a wrestler, I would definitely wear briefs, but that's just me.
You guys see that
banana
hammock outside by Montez, bro? You guys see that dive?
Oh yeah.
You guys know.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
This dude's a freaking stud, bro.
Him and Kenny have the best sellout topes. Like, they really just give themselves to Jesus and just throw themselves over the rope.
Bro. Wow. And that's high praise for a dude like Montez, who's
PC trained.
Again, a PC product. Yeah. No indies, nothing. He's WWE trained.
Isn't Velveteen the same way?
I mean, he was tough enough.
How
right?
do I say? Oh, sorry, I forgot about him. Long time ago.
Oh, we do miss him.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Keeping with Black excellence, still, and I'm loving being able to say this, keeping with Black excellence for the third topic in a row, Bianca fighting Sasha at WrestleMania makes a choice. Underwhelming as fuck in execution, but the right choice.
The right choice. It's history. You're going to have two black girls main eventing WrestleMania. Like,
that's the story. And I think amazing. they're just going with what it is, which is fine. But in making it a segment on the show, especially like working into like as soon as they were like Adam Pearce is like, she's gonna make her decision. Is it gonna be Asuka? And I was like, oh, they're gonna come out for this. That's kind of cool. They're gonna make it more presentation. But then they went on to show 2 vignettes of wrestlers who anybody watching the show knows who these 2 women are. I guess any excuse to watch like a sharply produced WWE video product, but it was just like, this is the definition of a 3-hour show that's too long. We do not need little vignettes of wrestlers who everyone knows. We don't need a Sasha Banks vignette. We know who these people are. But that, again,
my Mark ass liked it because it was Asuka shit on Friday, and I was like,
yeah, you like that.
But I know you're right. Definitely, it's filler. They have a lot of filler on SmackDown too, just as much as they do on Raw. My problem with this was not that I don't think it should be happening, but that it was just kind of unfortunate that both main event matches are on SmackDown. I think Raw has already been struggling like to be interesting, and now that like neither one of the main event matches are gonna be from that program, it's like it doesn't really bode well. Like Bobby Lashley is gonna be the most interesting thing coming from Raw, I think. For WrestleMania, I don't see anything else coming out on that show. So yeah, not that I wanted Bianca to wrestle Asuka, but it's just it's just very SmackDown heavy. Edge versus Roman, Bianca versus Sasha.
That's real.
Yeah,
but no, go ahead, Aaron.
No, you're right. Go ahead. I didn't have anything. I was probably going to go on to the next thing. What were you going to say?
Basically that. I was like, speaking of like, maybe it won't be Edge versus Roman at WrestleMania because we can't figure out what the fuck Roman wants. Like, he seems to change his mind every segment on what he actually wants to happen. So now, as I understood the story, he demanded that Edge challenge him. So because I am the main event of wrestler, you better challenge me because I am the main event of WrestleMania. So you want the match. Cool. Boom. He challenges you.
Mm-hmm.
First promo, you tell him to back out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. We're going to table that, come back to that later. Daniel Bryan comes out and says, I want a match at Fastlane. He said, I don't want that match. Then he offers him a chance to get that match. Now, I'm table that because we're going to come back in a minute. What do you think about the match between main event Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan?
Oh, I love the match.
Love the match.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Like, good shit.
Yeah, I love Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Weird way to end it. They count out so no one gets the match.
Yeah, I didn't see it again because that's what I assumed because they had that kernel of Paul Heyman telling Roman which is one of my favorite little moments of SmackDown. I was like, oh, now we're getting some Shakespeare shit because Paul says, the tag match is off with Edge and Daniel Bryan as long as Daniel Bryan wins against Jey Uso, and then Roman's like, thinking. So I'm like, Roman's going to come and interfere on behalf to ensure that Daniel Bryan wins this match so he doesn't have to wrestle Edge in a tag team match at Fastlane. I just start, like you said, I'm getting very confused about what this character wants. What is his objective here?
And Edge is mad the whole time for some reason because he doesn't want Daniel Bryan to jump the line even though he was cool with everyone jumping the line at Elimination Chamber.
Right.
So like, there's a lot of weird things going on. To jump to the end, there's a count out match. The count out of the match, Daniel Bryan doesn't get the match. I watched Talking Smack because that's required viewing according to
Yes, it
Crazy.
is. It is.
Roman offers Daniel Bryan another match.
Yes.
To get a chance at Fastlane. So do you want to face Daniel Bryan or nah? Do you want to face Edge or nah? Edge, do you want anyone to jump the line or do you care? Or nah? Is that
the whole story of just like, no, I mean, nobody knows anything, but everyone's just that is the story. We're kind of confused here because, I mean, I miss this shit. I wish as we headed into WrestleMania that, I mean, and I'm putting over this Parts Fun Known channel on YouTube does this series of videos called Whatever Explained, and they did the whole like Samoan Dynasty explained, and it was a great video telling about the history of you know, Samoan culture and things like this, and how it correlated with this storyline with Roman Reigns and the Usos and everything, and it just made me miss that so much of when Roman first turned heel, and now that we had to put Edge in the match and everything, it's right. Like, what is Roman's focus here? What does he actually want? What does Edge want? I found myself wanting on Friday night. I found myself more excited about the prospect of Daniel Bryan and Edge fighting. I thought their interactions were more had more chemistry and made me more excited to see something than even his stuff with Roman. So you're right. I don't know what this character wants at this point, and I'm craving more of the Samoan Dynasty story.
Yeah, I just want the other Uso brother back.
Yeah, apparently he's close.
Training. He's training.
I'm training, brother.
Yeah. No, I think I agree with you guys. At first, when we were talking, you know, in production right before we started, like I heard JB talking about how he didn't know what Roman wanted, and I was like, I don't think Roman really wants anything because he's just fucking Roman Reigns, and he already has the Universal Championship, and he just runs the show. But he has made it seem like he wanted to fight Edge, and then he didn't, and then he didn't want to fight Daniel, and then he did. So it's like they just need to be consistent. They got to be.
It just seems like they're going a real chicken shit heel way with Roman. I know we touched on this a little before we started recording too. Like, I was just saying, I said it out loud. I was like, man, Roman's a real bitch. Like on Friday night, I'm like, he's kind of being a bitch. I haven't entirely lost faith in like that this guy is a murderer. Like, don't fuck with Roman Reigns. He's really the head of the table, but he doesn't lose. He doesn't, win fairly. Daniel Bryan's promo was 100% what was going through my head as they showed the replay of Roman towering over Daniel Bryan after choking him out at the Elimination Chamber, saying, I run. This is what happens. I'm like, dude, that was the most cowardly heel shit. You wrestled him after he went through hell. He was the first person in the Elimination Chamber match. You're a bitch, dude. Don't act like you're not a coward. And then they do more coward shit. They throw Daniel Bryan out of the ring. Are they? Where is the direction with Roman Reigns? What does this kingpin guy want?
Well, he did wrestle Daniel Bryan fairly at Elimination Chamber, though.
Was it fair?
I mean, it wasn't illegal.
No. And it was in the frame of legality, but we all know that he pulled his head of the table strings to concoct a scheme that heavily tipped the scales towards him.
Okay,
do you know who was really good? Who was really good about this? Randy Orton during some of his old title reigns, like in any of the ones that got off to the ground and involved someone other than John Cena, he was really good at winning dirtily but cleanly. Like it was always a good mix of like, man, I don't want him to win and I really want the other guy to beat him, but he didn't cheat. It was something extra dirty, like maybe he really hurt the guy and maybe he went a little further in the match, but he didn't actually ever cheat. Like I remember him beating Jeff Hardy really cleanly in their program, and I was like, well, fuck you hate Randy Orton, but you won that. And I think that's something that you could do with Roman. Like he can be the vicious, dominating heel, but he doesn't always need to cheat, and that will legitimize him in some ways.
Let me pose you guys a question. 100. Do you think that you feel Roman's more of a cheater now because of the debacle happened with the handcuff? Because sometimes that lingers in my mind, and because it was like such a blatant botch that it was obviously cheating. I'm like, that kind of infers to me that like, yeah, he does cheat a lot, but like that was so accidental to the whole storyline.
I didn't think about that.
Do you think that's why you feel like he's such a cheater? Because I'm not. When I take that out of the equation, he has had Jay by his side a lot, but like not any more than anyone else has had like, you know, an outside like person in their faction. And like he did wrestle Daniel Bryan after he was, you know, very fucking tired from entering first in an Elimination Chamber match, but he did wrestle him by himself with no Jay and no Paul, you know. So like, I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Look at somebody like AJ. AJ uses almost a lot, but not always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you never doubt AJ Styles like could be the best dude doing it.
You know? Like occasionally he'll get him in a tough spot, and occasionally he'll use him to swat some flies, but like you know, he doesn't rely.
It's just an insurance policy.
Right. Yeah. That's fair.
And Roman has and you're right about that. Maybe there was a different plan, and that would have been a huge moment to show the legitimacy of him on his own. So that is very astute. So yeah, but absent of that, he has essentially relied on Jay as a crutch instead of an insurance policy.
Yes,
right.
That's the distinction. That's great stuff about Randy Orton too. That's just the quality that I want to see in Roman a little bit more.
Because he can beat Edge. He doesn't need any help to beat Edge.
Yeah, it almost seems like this. Like the story was great with Roman when he turned heel with all this family stuff, and then it was like management shoved Kevin Owens in his way, and it was just like, all right, let me get fucking this pesky Kevin Owens fly out of my way and get back to the shit I really want to be doing. And then as soon as Kevin Owens, then it's like, now I got Edge breathing down my neck. He won the Rumble. Now he's coming for me. What I really want to be doing is, but I don't know what he wants to be doing.
The thing is, it's real.
What is that thing?
That's a really good point.
But watch that video about the the Samoan thing explained. There's a whole that's a great series that I don't mind putting over because it's he did one on the history of Kofi Mania explained as well, which was good. It's called it's just whatever explained on Parts Fun Known. It's good shit. It's a good history lesson. Like my history. Well, shit.
Was that
we got through SmackDown without talking about Reginald. I just wanted to shout it out. I got a huge pop because he had a theme song. He has a theme song now. We didn't get to hear a lot of it, but I mean, I almost feel bad for this guy because they're just throwing him out there in every situation where it could just be, women having the stage, and here comes Reginald. I don't get it. JB Bad, you might be on mute, my man.
Just a mansplainer. That's what he's there for.
Exactly. That's what's happening. I guess he's just the mansplainer.
Be a fun gimmick.
Anyway,
mansplainer.
We'll see where that goes. I have no idea if he's still Carmella's guy or what's happening. I'm interested. I'm curious. These are the things I lay awake sleeping about. I lay awake thinking about and not sleeping.
Maybe we'll get a triple threat at Fastlane.
No,
I truly believe there's that possibility that he could be the women's champion.
He's going for the women's title. Karrion Kross is going to be the cruiserweight champion. Like, it's a whole...
This is Bizarro world.
All right.
Is there anything else to talk about this week?
That was the week. I think that was the week.
I think that's the week, baby.
That was the whole ass week in wrestling. And that was another episode of the 420 Wrestling Hour. If I was more sedated this week, that's because this ice cream cake is hitting me. I have not tried it yet, and it's heavier indica than I expected. So I've been pretty chilled out and sedated here for this episode.
I'm going to become a champion shortly, so I got to get that ready.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, baby. Are we doing that here? Or?
Is this something that we can reveal on the show?
Nah, we can't. There's no fun without the audio. Without the visual.
Oh, it's true. We can't really do a visual, but yes, we do have a new championship belt in the family. So
your boy is officially belts on belts on belts.
This is the gimmick. Unless he wants to be the doctor of thugonomics or the doctor of nugonomics.
Nugonomics.
It sounds like chicken nuggets every time you say that now. Like,
it could be a double thing, and he's also wielding that my friend Demon Barber of Demon Mark of Fleet Street. I saw him with the blade there.
I'm telling you, man, this chick
I'm
comes
gonna
out
need
of
to open
nowhere.
up my belt.
We got gimmicks on the show, so stay tuned. We're at 420 Wrestle Hour on Instagram and Twitter. Engage and join the rotation. #. Anything else, Canary?
I'm out. I'm good.
Anything else, JB Bad?
Let's get this championship belt cracked open.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We'll check you next week for another week. High-ass week in wrestling. And we'll smoke you later. Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac.
That's amazing.